everyone, and welcome back to the RMTV Women's podcast. This is episode 155 of the podcast. Mad. I feel like we've said that a lot recently when we've reached like so many episode milestones. But
it is. They just keep going and going. We didn't do one last week. Wasn't much going on last week, but we're back.
We're back. We've got there was no football, was there? Was international break, so we thought we'll take a week off, regroup, go again.
Plenty of little break.
Plenty of football to talk about this week though. I suppose we should just dive straight in.
Go for it. Apologies for any sniffles, by the way, everyone. Bit of a cold, not COVID.
Yeah, not COVID. She's just got a bit of the holiday sniffles.
The holiday December winter sniffles.
That's it, yeah. But yes, we'll dive straight in. We'll talk about Burnley. Liverpool faced Burnley last Sunday, away from home in the FA Cup. So we haven't actually had a league game in a while.
Oh God, yeah.
We've had 2 cup games. So obviously Burnley away in the FA Cup. A nice 4-0 win there. 2 goals from Rachel Furness, 1 from Mel Lawley, and 1 from the skipper, Niamh Fahey.
Go on, Niamh.
Go on, girl. Yeah, I think in total it was a 22-day break in between the final game. So it's a decent break, like obviously international in between that. But it's nice that we've sort of gone straight back into it and straight away just with a 4-0 win away from home.
God, yeah.
That made it 13 games unbeaten, which is
crazy.
But yeah, it's just nice that we can sort of come back and just go basically pick up where we left off from the previous game, isn't it?
It is, and I think if you look at a couple like the last few seasons, our main downfall has been, and I think we've spoken about this a lot, is like we've been able to sort of build up a sense of momentum over a couple of games, whether that's, I know we weren't winning loads of games the last few seasons, but whether that was either just a point or a couple of points in a row, we always seem to get hit by the international break. And to be honest, when you think about it, not a lot of our players used to go out on international duty. It's only really this season, as they've been performing, like the likes of Taylor Hines, Missy Bo-Kearns have been going, Leanne Kiernan's obviously joined, plays for Ireland. So our key players are still getting those minutes. So we're still keeping match fitness, which is probably a massive part of why the team's able to sort of kind of jump straight back into the competitive games for the club.
Yeah.
But as I said, like I think that's quite a big part of it. And like obviously those who aren't are still in training, working hard, probably focusing on technique that little bit more rather than match fitness, but probably a couple of in-house friendlies, etc., things like that. So that's probably like a massive part of what the success has been. And I just think the confidence as well, like those players that are going out on international duty, like Leanne Kiernan's getting goals, Taylor Hines is getting goals, Bo-Kearns is getting goals, and she scored a hat-trick. So the just all around the team, I think the confidence is really high, and I think that's been a massive part of why we are 13 games unbeaten in all 14 now, because we drew, but obviously penalties, whatever, but 14 actual 90 minutes unbeaten. But I think it's just got to do with confidence. This team has been knocked down again and again and again over the last few seasons and not really had the confidence and flair to go out and show what they can actually do. And I think, you need to look as far as Mel Lawley sometimes to see how confidence can affect a player. I mean, I've not seen Mel Lawley play like this in a Liverpool shirt ever since she joined. And she's just been in such good form over the last, to be honest, for the majority of this season already. I think
I was going to say, like, literally we had like a little bit of a funny start, but like, she has been really, really consistent this season. Like, I think this is probably like our best season so far in a Liverpool shirt, I'd say, since she joined us.
I think that what's changed is that she's become a focal point rather than just an outlet of speed. Like, I actually think people are looking towards her to then go on and play, whereas we kind of just used to hit it for Mel sometimes and she'd run at them, but we're using her in a different way this season that utilises her strengths of dribbling on the ball, but then also assisting. Like, Mel Lawley's got loads of assists to her name these last couple of games. And she's been standout performance, not just because she can run fast with the ball, but she can also zip the ball to and from Leanne Kiernan up top, Yana Daniels, like whoever is in the mix for it.
I think it's also kind of like, I kind of feel like there's less pressure on it in terms of, at one point in time it was like her and Babajide up front, and you were literally solely relying on them to do something in the game. Whereas now there's other outlets in a game where she may not feel as though everything's sort of on her shoulders to sort of perform right in that game. So
yeah,
I think
100%.
that probably plays a huge part in it as well.
I think Leanne Kiernan's taken that pressure off her massively.
Yeah, massively, yeah.
And to be honest, the pressure's probably then gone onto Kiernan's shoulders a little bit sometimes. But when you take pressure off a player, they can change completely in the way that they execute their game on and off the pitch. And I think you can definitely see that with Mel. You can see that with a few players, like Bo Kearns has probably never played as free as she's played before. Kerry Holland, you know, like the likes of them. But I think the main thing with Mel is that she is now adding those goals. Like she only scored her first goal 2 or 3 games ago. And now, like against Sunderland, she got another one in the tank. So hopefully that's a little bit like open up the floodgates and it just keeps on coming now.
Yeah. And then obviously Rachel Furness got her first 2 of the season as well, which is really bizarre to say. Like I fully didn't believe that that's true when I've said it. But it is, because the commentator said it when she scored against Burnley, and I was just like, how have we got to December and Rachel Furness hasn't scored?
I think she's had a really tough season.
She's had a few injuries, and she's obviously been in and out the team, just getting minutes and stuff like that. Basically, is what she's been doing so far this season. But yeah, that's kind of like when she'll be happy with that herself now. Like that'll be a huge. She's obviously like been absolutely amazing for Northern Ireland like this season so far as well. Obviously, she's just won like the like she won personality of the year.
Yes, Northern Ireland personality.
Yeah, so like she's had like really successful like couple of months for them, but then obviously like her club form's just been up and down a bit due to just not really playing full 90s and coming on and off the bench a lot, and or in some games she hasn't even featured. So it's been a bit of an up and down so far for this season. But yeah, hopefully it's kind of a case for them all to kick on now as well. And also like it's really nice to see the likes of like Meg Campbell back.
Oh, that was great.
Well. Yeah, that was so nice to see her back in the squad, because obviously she suffered a bad injury. So for her to get back in and get minutes as well before Christmas is always a positive. And
I can't wait to see her throw-ins live.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna be the first one.
We haven't had the pleasure, so yeah, that'll be good. But yeah, it's just nice to sort of have like a full squad again. Really,
it is. I think we're still missing a few, but I think Meg Campbell was one of those players that was brought in because of her experience playing at the top level of top flight of football in England, obviously coming from Man City. So to get someone in like that, you want them in your team week in, week out, because it's just that experience and that previous knowledge of knowing how things work and how you need to be in order to be where we're trying to get to. And I mean, she'll have been a great vocal part in the dressing room, regardless of whether she's been playing or not. And you always see at the end of the game, she goes down and is involved in the team talk. She's got her arm around some of the players, like talking to them after game and stuff. So she's definitely still stayed involved, but she's a massive part of the team. And ultimately, again, I feel like it's tough at the minute because we've got so many defenders. Like Michaela Moore's not even had much of a sniff this season at all, and you've got Meg Campbell coming back into the mix. But like Jazz Matthews and Leanne Robe have been absolutely like no faults with them. They have, honestly, and I've got no faults with them. So I feel like it's great to see so many people coming back, but it's also like, where do these people fit in? But we're in obviously in the league, we're in the FA Cup and we're in the Conti Cup still. So that's a lot of different games, and to be able to have that rotation, I think is going to be massive for us. Definitely, if we progress further, like further into those competitions, and especially in the league, I think that's obviously the focus. If one player gets injured, you know, you're not going to be screwed because you've got other high caliber players coming in and able to take up that position.
Yeah, it's a headache, thankfully, that we don't have to have.
It is. I get other types of headaches, but not this one.
Not that one. That's not a concern that we need to have. Well, yeah, we'll move on to Sunderland. Obviously, on Wednesday night we played them away in the Conti Cup. Obviously ended 0-0 in 90 minutes, but Sunderland did win 4-2 on pens, so they took the extra point that you get in penalties. Because I was like, I think I tweeted when the 90 minutes, and I was like, oh, pens again. Like, can we do it? Because we won.
So it's your fault.
We've won every other game on pens, and I kind of feel responsible that like I jinxed this because
you should feel responsible.
Yeah, I was saying to him, who was it? One of the last Conti Cup games, whatever the last one was, and we won on pens at home, and we were all like, we're just gonna go through every game now and just win them all on pens.
Wasn't it Villa?
Yeah, it might have been Villa actually, and we were like, oh, we're just gonna win the Conti Cup on pens. Like that's the only way we're gonna win the Conti Cup is just through pens. And like now, I feel kind of responsible that I've just jinxed us on.
I mean, you are 120% responsible.
Yeah, it's okay. I accept the responsibility.
We're still top of the group though. It's great.
Top, exactly. And you know what? I was looking at the group and I was like, we're top. Aston Villa, who are in the top tier, are bottom. Like they were bottom, and I was like, how does this happen? It kind of just shows like obviously cup fixtures are completely different when it comes to it, but like looking at Villa, like they did recruit well in the summer as well, and it's just there's a good squad there, but it just kind of shows like
we're better.
Yeah,
that's the only viable reason.
Arguably, you could say we are better in terms of obviously
results.
Results and stuff like that, and form this season. Like we've just done amazing so far. But
really
obviously through to the quarterfinals now, which is really nice. I love a cup run. I do like a cup run.
I know.
I say I'm not that interested in cup games, but I am. I do enjoy them, especially when you get to like these stages of the competitions, because it's like even with the men's, like the quarter final against Leicester like next week, and it's like when was the last time like we had like a really good cup run?
No idea.
It would be nice. I would like a little final trip. I'm not gonna lie.
That would be great. And if we can get into the final, we'll go to Wembley.
Yeah. I would enjoy it. I feel like it would be a good.
I'd love to go. If anyone would like to sponsor us to go to Wembley, that would be great.
Let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah, obviously that is our last game of 2021 now, because the Charlton game on Sunday is postponed due to like their schedule, and they have to do a replay of one of their games, and Sunday's the only day that they can do it. So our game is postponed probably to some date next year.
Who absolutely knows?
Yeah, so that was our last game of 2021, which is kind of bittersweet, I feel like.
But you know what? It's fine, because we're gonna come back next year after a great little rest, and then we're gonna win the league.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's also like to mention off the back of the Burnley win, we've been drawn to Lincoln next back end of January. So I think we've been lucky with the draw in some ways, because I think that's an opponent that Liverpool, no disrespect, but opponent that Liverpool should be beating. So like that ties into what you were saying about you love a good cup run. So hopefully that's another step that the team can take in kind of pushing through the FA Cup. And like it's not unusual for teams that aren't necessarily in the top flight to go all the way. Like the only thing I can think of similar is obviously West Ham were really quite low down the table when they made it to the final at Wembley, I think against City, wasn't it? So it's not uncommon, and I think with the confidence that our team have at the minute, I think there's no reason to say that we couldn't push on. I mean, we need to be tested against the teams like the Chelseas, the Arsenals, the Cities to probably get to that point, but you never know. Magic of the cup.
You never know. You do never know. It's just I think it's just nice just to be finishing strong at the end of the year. Really, like, obviously top of the league. Well, we don't know. I don't know if we'll be top of the league after Sunday.
Liverpool top of the league.
I don't know if we will be top of the league after Sunday though. I'm not quite sure.
Let me have a Google while you.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure of the points while you fact checks that actually, because I wouldn't like to say finishing strong.
Okay. So currently, as it stands, we are on 23 points, having played the same as everyone else. London City are on 19, so they can only get, no, they won't. They will still be top of the league into the new year by 1 point.
Oh, what are Durham on?
Durham in 4th on 18. Yeah.
Who's third?
And Crystal Palace on 18.
Crystal Palace are third. Are they?
They are indeed.
Right.
So, and then the other end of the table, Watford are bottom, Coventry and Blackburn, and Sheffield United are 4th bottom. It's been an interesting season.
Wow. Oh, so we will finish the season, even though we didn't play, we will finish nice.
Yeah. With one game in hand as well. With one game in hand.
So we will finish top of the league for the end of the year, and we will be going into the quarterfinals of the cup. So
it's not all doom and gloom, is it?
Overall, 21-22 season so far is going really well.
It's gone great.
It's just kind of nice. It's kind of nice as well that you're ending it on a good note, because we haven't the last couple of seasons.
I mean, this time last year, Vicky Jepson was imminently getting the 2nd January.
Yeah.
So we're in a better position than that.
Yeah. Excuse my language, but it was all just going tits up, wasn't it, really?
Oh, it was not going well for us. I think relegation was out the bag at that point. No, promotion, sorry. The relegation.
Yeah.
Promotion was out of
word still triggers me.
Oh yeah, I feel sick when anyone ever says that word.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's been a great year for football and Liverpool women. It really has. I feel like it's been weird for us, like this part of the season, like covering it, because it sounds really bad, but we got so used to losing. It's like weird that we're always winning.
You got so used to saying on the podcast, didn't you? The women suffer another defeat.
Oh God, yeah. And now we're like,
we're like 13 games unbeaten. Our squad's boss. We love it. It's like,
great. It's great.
The emotions, but yeah. Let us know if you've got any highlights of the year for Liverpool women. Probably could have thought about this before we started.
It's okay. We'll do another vid. We've got time before the end of the year.
Before the new year, it's fine. So if you've got any highlights, let us know below, because that might trigger some for us as well.
Yes, great.
But we'll move on. It was announced on Wednesday evening or Wednesday day that Barclays have extended their partnership with the FA to sponsor the women's leagues for the next 3 years. So a new sponsorship deal, which will mean they will invest more than 30 million into the women's game over the next 3 years. They will become the title sponsor of the Women's Super League and has pledged, I've read that completely wrong. They became the...
Are you okay? Do you want me to take over?
Yeah, I've had a really bad day today. It would get me words out, you know, like...
Do you want me to go for it?
And I'm like, hello? Like, I couldn't do it. Everyone was like, hello? It was
God.
really weird. Barclays became the sponsor of the Women's Super League in 2019 and pledged 15 million into the women's game there. So they've doubled the figure to what they want to pledge in the next few years. And they've announced that they're also going to become the title sponsor of the Women's Championship from next season as well. So the 22-23 season. Is also like a new record. Bless you. Is also a new record of investment from them with the 30 million. So really going in strong there. Really
the Barclays FA Women's Championship.
Hopefully we'll be seeing Women's Super League next season.
Oh God, yeah, I see it. I am manifesting it.
Yeah, put out in the universe, and it will.
Yeah.
It will happen.
Oh yeah.
They're also continuing with the sponsorship of the FA Girls Football School programs, which over 12,000 schools have joined that.
That's great.
Since they've launched it, which is amazing.
That's great.
And they want to reach the target of 20,000 schools by 2024. When I was writing that, I was thinking about it, and I was like, did you play football when you were in like secondary school?
No, not really. It was offered. There was a team, but it wasn't very regular. It was very much just like a friendly here and there. We weren't entered into any school competitions or anything like that. I found my football outside of school, really.
Yeah. I have like the worst memory ever. I don't remember anything before I was like 19, to be honest with you.
Right.
So like I did play for the school team,
Yeah.
but I only played like year 7, year 8.
Okay.
Um, but I did play for like a Saturday league team outside of that from like year 5, year 6, I want to say. So yeah, same as you. I was like, I had my regular one outside of school, but in school it was like kind of off and on.
Yeah.
Um, and like, yeah, I remember going to a game once. I can't remember what school it was against. I wish I knew, but I can't remember. And we went and we won like, I think we won like 11-0 because the other team were
Oh,
just, they were just terrible.
demoralizing.
They
Like
were
stuff like that's
awful.
not great, is it?
And yeah, and I remember like our goalkeeper. So it was all different ages. So you could be like year 7s and year 11s in the same team.
Yeah.
So I remember our goalkeeper. I think she was in like year 10. And I was only like year 7 at the time. And I remember getting on the bus back to school, and she was just like, they were awful. She was like, I didn't do anything all game. She went, I literally just stood there. But it's like kind of that'll always stick in my head. That because I'm always just like, you never had a competitive game, whereas now, if you're gonna have regular teams in schools and money to be able to run those teams, like clubs for the teachers to run them outside of schools, I'm like, that'll make it better. If you kind
Yeah,
of get what I'm
100%.
saying, like you're
Yeah.
not gonna have that
Mm.
if there's more like you said, there was no competitiveness.
No.
That's what
That's
makes
just because
football.
there wasn't enough teams around in that area to make it
Yeah,
competitive. Like you'd have to travel ages, and obviously under like school timings and stuff, it wasn't really feasible. But
yeah,
like the fact that over 12,000 schools are joining it, and what I like is the fact that the FA are pushing the target. So it's like they don't just want to stick at 12,000, they're pushing it for 20,000 by 2024. So there's
yeah,
always going to be a progression, and like we could then be hitting 30,000, 50,000. You know what I mean? And then it's just giving all girls more access to football, because ultimately it should be a choice. Do you know what I mean? And some girls in some schools don't get a choice. They get pushed into other girl stereotype sports like netball, hockey, whatever, that sort of stuff. But if it's an option and the option's there, I know I'm saying, the option's there, I think why not? And the world needs more female footballers, so why not? It's
it
great.
does. It does indeed. Yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully, I went to an all girls school as well, so you'd think it would have been
The no
a
go.
main thing, but
It's
it wasn't.
great.
It wasn't. I didn't do any school activities. Me, not that I can remember anyway.
Oh, you
Um,
never know. You don't know anything.
I don't know, and I literally don't. I literally don't know my life before the age of like 18.
You don't know your life before you met me.
Well, that's all been downhill since then.
Oh dear God. She's
Yeah.
pretending she's
Well,
joking, but she's not.
no, I am joking. But yeah, no, it's really good to see, and obviously they've played like a huge development in like
Mm,
the women's game and the success of that over the last couple of seasons. So
and
it's just only going to get better, really, which is what we want. We want the game
yeah,
to get better. So also, can you believe Chelsea are out of the Champions League? Wow,
no, it's bizarre. How bizarre.
wow, how bizarre. Um,
You know what,
yeah,
Chelsea? I think I don't even know what's going on. What is going on in the world?
that I can't answer.
Oh. Well,
I
I did
can't
mean in terms of
answer.
like Chelsea, but like in the world as well. I'd love to know what the hell's going on, because I ain't got a
Yeah.
scoop.
Someone just fill us in on like what's going on in the news because
I refuse to watch the news. It just makes me sad.
yeah, it just puts me in a bad mood.
It does, because there's nothing happy. There's
No,
never any
no,
happy news.
no positivity
No.
other than the
It's-
women. There are positivity.
But no, the deal's great. I mean, you just have to look at like what Barclays did for the men's game over however many years that was
Yeah,
a partnership, and like even how much the women's Super League's grown this year. Like some of the viewing figures have been insane. The the final between Chelsea and Arsenal the other week hit great heights, and people watched.
Yeah, I think that's like it broke like a record as well, didn't it?
It's amazing, and like if you think that's just 1 year of investment, and what the next year will be like in the year after, and I also think it's a big statement that they've decided to be the headline sponsor of the championship as well, because ultimately you look at the men's game, you are broadcasting from the Premier League, sometimes even all the way down to the National League level, you know, that they're always talked about and broadcasted. I mean, one off, but sometimes that lower down, but like even the Championship and League One, League Two, they've all got some stage to have fans look at and watch and follow. And it's only really the WSL that get that at the minute. So it's great that they've highlighted the Championship as a huge platform as well. And with that, I think the standard of the championship will get better. The competitiveness will go up. Hopefully, when we are now in the WSL, that would be great. But yeah, I can only see it as a good thing. I think the game will change naturally, like in terms of like even, I don't know, fans and hooliganism and all that sorts of stuff. You never know. But it can only be a good thing. It's exciting.
Really, really exciting. Really exciting. I'm really excited for 2022. I'll be glad.
Positive vibes only. Positive vibes only.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be glad to see the back of 2021.
You know what? I thought 2020 was bad. 2021 was very, very similar.
I enjoyed 2020 more than I enjoyed 2021. To be honest.
Really?
That's a big statement, that, isn't it?
No, I don't think that's correct, hon.
You know what? It's because I say my life didn't really change that much. It did, obviously, but in terms of like I didn't work from home. I still went to work. Like only really my social life changed.
Yeah, I get you. I hear you.
So,
yeah. 2020 was miserable and it was all new, but 2021 was also miserable because it was the same as 2020.
The back end of 2020 was really miserable because you obviously went through 3 lockdowns within like 4 months or something.
Yeah, there was a period in 2021 where I was like, wow, life's getting back to normal. I'm enjoying it. I'm okay leaving the house and not feeling scared. Do you know what I mean? All that sort of thing. And then now we're all just we're back there.
I felt normal when I went on holiday in August for like the first time.
Yeah, me too.
Since, like the pandemic and stuff. And then
when you're on holiday, no one seems bothered.
No, but then when I came back, excuse me language, but like shit at the fan again during the meeting, and I was just
it was horrible. It's like PCR here, PCR there. You know what I mean? No.
Do this, don't want to do it again.
But you know what? The Reds are top of the league, so it's fine.
It's fine.
Great.
But yeah, thank you very much for watching this week's podcast. We hope you enjoyed. Going out on a Saturday as well, which is a bit of a
random,
unusual day for us, but it's just the way things worked out this week in terms
of the way the cookie crumbled.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we will see you all next week with a new video. Not sure what type of video we'll do next week.
No idea.
It's Christmas week, so maybe something Christmassy. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time with a new video.
Bye.